Welcome to our video. My name's Kate, I'm Head of Marketing here at Simoda, based in Sheffield. And today we're going to speak to Paul Gardner about our IT managed services and what that actually means for businesses. So, Paul, do you want to do a quick intro of yourself?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So I'm Paul. I work in the services team here at Simoda, and I look after our IT support customers, so I'm a support account manager.
Brilliant, cool. And so a lot of businesses, I guess, don't really understand what IT managed services is. And in saying that, they might be struggling with, IT needs. They might not have an IT team. Could you just give us a bit of a brief about what IT managed services is and what that looks like?
In essence, an IT managed service is an outsourced service where a business will either don't have an IT department or have a very small IT department, call on another company to be that IT department. So it's providing an outsourced service. So it would be a team of IT experts that business would use to deliver those services for them whenever they need it.
And what kind of IT support might that cover? Is it everything from your sort of passwords to, having problems with the software that you've got on your system? What does it include?
Yeah, absolutely. So it can be everything or part of. So what we would class as first line support would be that, resetting passwords, doing the very basic functions that end users, as we call people who use a computer, would need to have to do their work effectively. So it's allowing those people to be able to continue with the work when they come up with an issue. But also we would look at the infrastructure behind that as well, and make sure that's working effectively. And that's effectively how we would manage that, yeah.
Why do you think it is that businesses need IT managed services? Like, what are some of the key challenges that you see working in that area?
Yeah, it tends to be, technology within business now can be very complex. There are a lot of different systems that people are using to do the work, and because of that, it can get very, very costly. So businesses are looking to streamline that and to make it simpler, and to reduce the amount of issues that they're having with those systems, either interacting with each other or on their own, just to make their business more efficient.
And what are some of the common calls you might get through IT managed services? So
usually it tends to be, in the majority, it's end users not being able to do the work because they can't access systems for whatever reason, and that might be because of their internet issues, or it could be because the devices they're using have problems on them. It's making sure that they're working as optimally as they can. Yeah. So that those are the types of calls we get. But then we could get calls from IT managers that have more complex issues. Although, as an IT managed service provider, you try and make sure that those big issues are minimised by providing proactive support and making sure you're always monitoring in the background the core infrastructure, and it keeps running as it should do. And really, an IT managed service provider, its main role is to make sure that those big issues don't happen by making sure there's resilience within the network and making sure there's backups and making sure it's secure, which is pretty much the things that they're doing behind the curtains, really, to make sure those services for the end user keep running.
Yeah, and one thing I found particularly interesting, because we have basically our own in-house IT managed service, don't we, with you guys in the help desk, is the fact that you can do it all remotely. You don't actually have to be there in person, although it does help to have a local IT support provider, but you can actually log on remotely to somebody's desktop, can't you? And problem solve a lot of the issues and fix a lot of the problems remotely, so it doesn't matter where your IT provider is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. So our IT help desk has access to all our clients' IT systems through the software that we use. That not only helps us access their systems remotely to fix problems, but it also allows us to monitor those systems as well to make sure they're running as they should be running as well. And it sets alerts for us to then monitor those alerts and action those alerts. And usually we can fix things before happen,
Right.
which is
Cool. And I know we've recently at Simoda actually relaunched a lot of our IT managed service support based on what we've heard back from customers and how they want things structuring. Could you tell us a little bit about the offerings from Simoda to other businesses and how that works in terms of what businesses can expect from us guys?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've looked at this over the past 6 months really and spoken to clients and asked them sort of, what really they would prefer. So we've streamlined our offerings into 3 main areas. So we have a standard, a premium and an ultimate support service. The majority of our clients would fit within the premium service, and that offers a full unlimited support service via our help desk. So it's a remote support service, business hours. It provides all the proactive monitoring that we spoke about, and it allows businesses to call on our help desk either by telephone, by email, or using the customer portal to log tickets and track tickets and make sure that what they've logged is being handled effectively and within a reasonable amount of time within the SLAs. And we find that's working really well now for our clients, and that can be anything from just end user support through to full core infrastructure support, cloud services support, and anything really that technology infrastructure requires within a business. We're able to support that. If a client wants something outside of those areas, for example, outside of business hours support, then our ultimate package will be able to offer additional services like an IT director or a 24/7 help desk or project management, things like that. So we've got those areas covered as well. And if there's then just a very small business, 2 or 3 users, we do have quite a few of those that don't want a big support service and feel that's going to be too costly and not as cost effective for them. Then we'll have a standard support service which will just give the basic reactive support, so without the proactive monitoring, but just somewhere to call if they have a problem, and then now they can call our help desk and we can then remote in and have a look and sort them out.
I guess that's really useful, isn't it, from a small business perspective, because you've got a lot of IT and systems that you need to get off the ground when you're just starting out, and having some support in doing that is extremely valuable.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're seeing that a lot where we've got startup businesses that don't really know where to go. They've used a computer, they know how to use their systems, but how to then share that information with other people as they come into the business, and what's the best way to do that. So we can offer those services where we show them best practice and we help them remain secure and make sure things are backed up. So as they then scale and grow, it's a lot easier to do.
No, that's a really good point. Well, thanks, Paul. That's been really useful. Just to hear more about what IT managed services is, and then talk a bit about what challenges it solves for businesses. So I really appreciate you coming and talking about that today. I hope you've found this session valuable. It really is just to touch base on what IT managed services is. And if you're a small business who is struggling with your IT infrastructure and you need a little bit of support around just having somebody there on the other end of the phone to speak to regarding your IT needs, do just give Simoda a call. We are a tech-first business, so we absolutely focus on the right technology for businesses, rather than having a sales commission structure where we'll just sell you anything because it's worth more to us at that particular point in time. So we do focus on you as a business and the IT and technology that you need to succeed in the modern world. We service clients across many industries, as Paul's touched on. It doesn't matter kind of what industry you're in, doesn't matter how big or small you are, everybody needs support with IT and technology at some point. So we hope you found this really useful, and keep watching for the next video. Simoda out.